the Armed Forces provides amazing training.
I think about veterans as people who have already figured out how to serve.
My military skills have been essential.
Hiring veterans is a great business case. They're the best employees we have. They're flexible, hardworking, and they're used to a global workplace.
If that isn't an asset to any company, I don't know what is.
Hiring America, the award-winning television job fair for American veterans. Connecting you with companies who know your value. Learn about employers who are actively hiring today and organizations that support veterans. Your future success starts right here on Hiring America. Hiring America is produced in cooperation with the VFW. No one does more for veterans.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television series that helps military veterans find jobs and transition into meaningful careers. I'm Lauren Wonko at the Home Depot in East Elmhurst, New York. Today we will be speaking with companies that are hiring and with veterans like you who've made successful transitions into the civilian workforce. And we will give you the information to get you the job you deserve. Log on to our website, hiringamerica.net, for more information and connect with us on our Facebook page and Instagram.
I was searching the internet for part-time positions that would give me what I wanted from a part-time job. Being physical, getting to interact with people, and just learning new things to better myself. And I found the Home Depot. And all it took was an application online, and then next thing I know, I received a call and I was in the store interviewing for a position in the outside garden department.
Eric Schelling, the Director of Talent Acquisition at the Home Depot, is launching the company's Spring Hiring Initiative, gearing up for their busiest season. Eric joins us here at the Home Depot in East Elmhurst, New York. Eric, great to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Tell us a little bit about the spring hiring season.
So spring hire for us is based on seasons, and as the weather peaks is when our hiring begins. And so we start our spring hire in the south of the country, around right now actually. And then as the weather starts to peak and starts to get a little bit warmer as we go north and west, then we start to hire for those areas coming around February and March.
Why is the spring hire season such a good opportunity for military veterans?
We will have about 80,000 positions open over the next few weeks. So we will have openings in every single store and every single distribution center in the United States. So all locations have openings, multiple openings, in many different disciplines. So whatever you're interested in, come apply with us. Once you're in the door, if you want to have a part-time job just because you want to have flexibility, or if you want to have a full-time job, there's opportunities for you to go in any direction, build a career here, work here just temporarily if you want to, just to have fun, make friends, and learn new things.
Eric, why is the Home Depot such a good place to work?
The leaders celebrate who you are. So bring your whole self to work. Whatever you are, whatever you believe in, whatever you look like, whatever you think, they celebrate who you are. And I'm a true believer, if you can be yourself every single day, then you will be more productive, you'll actually be happier at work, you'll have more friends, you'll enjoy going to work every single day. And this company celebrates that.
Give us some specific examples of how employees can be themselves and pursue what they love at the Home Depot.
We hired somebody recently who used to be a teacher with children. And so you don't think about this for the Home Depot, but we have the kids workshop, and she came here and she teaches the kids workshop. So she gets to work with children every single day. So there's more than just being in one department. You can work in lumber, but you can also then teach a kids workshop. You can also give back to your community in a way that actually makes you feel proud to do that as well. So there's many different ways and many different departments that you can learn, you can grow, and be with a winning company.
Employees often talk about family here and a family feeling. You share a story with them. I'm sure you feel the same way. Tell us about that.
I do. And I would say your family at home is very important to all of us. We go to work every day, not to be at work every day. We go to work every day so we can go home and provide for our families, retire, have a good life. And the way Home Depot operates is we really foster that environment. Learn as many skills as you can. Work really hard, do great work, and your career will take you anywhere with Home Depot. I tell my team, this very specific personal story for me is my father worked very hard his entire life. He traveled all the time, he was never there, and he retires. He retires, and a couple of years later he gets Parkinson's disease, where now he can't travel, he has a difficult time walking, and I look at that and I reflect on that myself saying, is that how I want my life to be? And for anybody out there or anybody working for any company where every single day you go to work and you're like, I don't really like what I do, and I don't have champions who are championing me and my growth and my development to do more with this company. If you don't have that, go work for a company like Home Depot where you do have that. You have champions and mentors and programs and things that can truly accelerate your career, so when you do retire, you can have more time to do the things that you really want to do with your life and more time to spend with those who you love.
What's your message to job seekers?
My message to job seekers is put an orange apron on. Come be proud with us.
Where can job seekers go to apply for these opportunities?
Go to homedepot.com, click on careers, or go to careers.homedepot.com. Fill out the application, select the location that you want to apply. It only takes a few minutes. Take the time to do it. I can guarantee you it'll be one of the best moves you've ever made.
Eric, thanks for joining us on Hiring America.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more from the Home Depot after the break.
Continue the conversation on our Facebook page and Twitter, and visit our website at hiringamerica.net.
I mean, every human being wants some form of recognition for their hard work, and you're taught as a department supervisor to recognize early and often for all of the wonderful things that you see coming from an employee, fellow associates, and that's one of the strengths of this company, is the recognition for hard work and great results.
After 8 years in the U.S. Navy and 1 year in the Air Force, Tony Lemma joined the Home Depot in 1995 as a sales associate. He moved up the ranks to department supervisor, assistant store manager, district manager, and is now the regional vice president for New York Metro, Northern New Jersey, and parts of Connecticut. He's responsible for the operations of over 70 stores. Tony joins us now here at store 6844 in East Elmhurst, New York. Tony, thanks for joining us on Hiring America.
Thank you. Good morning.
Tell us about your transition out of the military and your path to a career here at the Home Depot.
Sure. I remember it vividly. I mean, I was nervous. I was very scared. I just spent 8 years in the United States Navy. I didn't have a college degree. I don't have a college degree today. And I was scared. I had a wife. We had a child. But I went through a transition program in the Navy where people would come in and talk to us about opportunities. And I met a friend of mine in the Navy who was active duty, who was also a part-timer at Home Depot. And he came to me, he was telling me how great this company was, how the culture is awesome and people treat you so good. And he thought that our skills in the Navy were transferable because they treat him so well there. So I decided to walk down the street to the Home Depot and I applied for a job.
And you received a job as a sales associate?
I did. I was hired as a sales associate, and as soon as I put on the Home Depot apron, I felt like I was family. I'll never forget it. My store manager walked up to me and he thanked me for my service in the United States Navy, and this is 20 years ago, and I was just a kid, and I was nervous. And he said, I think you're going to do a wonderful job here. And I started to listen closely to my supervisors, and they put their arm around me, and they immediately showed me what the culture of Home Depot was all about.
When you got here, what skills did you identify that you could really see transferred well from your military experience?
Well, for one, in the military, you learn very quickly that you have to be a self-starter. So I was a self-starter. I knew I could be on time. I knew how to respect people. I knew when you speak to someone, you look them in the eye. These are the soft skills that you need in customer service, in retail in general, so I knew I was going to be good at that. But then I wasn't positive about what I knew. Did I understand business? Did I understand retail? But what I learned very quickly at Home Depot is the culture is so important. It didn't necessarily matter how much I knew. It mattered how I treated people and how I lived the values of the company. As I started to learn the values and learn the culture, that's when I started to see things happen for me in my career.
Did you ever think when you started as a sales associate that you would become a leader here at the Home Depot?
Yes, I was surprised, and still today sometimes it's a little overwhelming for me to realize that I was a sales associate 20 years ago, literally making an hourly wage cutting keys for customers. I thought I was going to be the greatest key cutter in the world, and today I'm a regional vice president. And as I think back, it really comes down to, as I said, treating people with respect, understanding the importance of building relationships, listening to your supervisors and learning and self-educating and trying to learn your job. And eventually, you become an ambassador for the Home Depot and the Home Depot culture, and you start to see your career grow.
Take us through the process, starting out as a sales associate to where you are today.
Really, again, it goes back to excellent customer service. I mean, what I found early on is that my leaders wanted me to be good to people, whether it was good to my peers, like fellow associates I was working with. They were looking for you to truly live the values and be somebody that supported someone else. And that's something I learned in the military. I mean, you don't do anything alone in the military. You need your partners, you need your comrades. So that was something that was transferable for me. I understood the importance of teamwork, and quickly understood that customers wanted to be taken care of, and really Home Depot provided a platform for me to excel.
We'll be back with more from the Home Depot after the break.
This Military Minute is brought to you by the Veterans of Foreign Wars. The VFW has a place for you.
There's a word we hear a lot these days, but somehow it's lost its meaning. Heroes. But who are the real heroes? I've known heroes, real heroes, men and women whose sacrifice served a nation. When the guns are silenced and the battlefields grow quiet, they're still fighting. But without our support, it's a war they'll never win. They need our help. The kind of help America's veterans get from the VFW. Help with their VA benefits claims, with school and jobs, help accessing complex medical care, and making ends meet. The VFW is there for them. Will you be there for them too?
Hiring America will be back in a moment.
I served in the U.S. Navy as a radar operator aboard the attack carrier Saratoga. Had an opportunity to do a variety of jobs, but one of them was flying. I was a structure line worker. After 9/11, I was injured, and I decided I wanted to have a life. I came to Home Depot not knowing, just seeking a job. But once I found out what this family was all about, I realized that it's more than just a job. What they give you is a sense of belonging, a sense of desire to help you and your family. One of the things that most people don't realize when they see a Navy ship is they just see a gray hull. But that gray hull, inside, is a family, a community focused on one task, and that task is to serve. When people walk into Home Depot, they may see an orange apron, but behind that orange apron is a staff that is committed to excellence, customer service, but most of all, a commitment to the employees and the community as a whole. It's going to the schools and helping kids build things. It's going to a recreational center and planting trees. A lot of times we can give, service via merchandise, but when you give of your heart through the associates, that's always remembered and appreciated beyond the sale. For my fellow veterans, I want you to give the family of the Home Depot a try. You won't regret it.
Tony, have you had the opportunity to work with other military veterans at the Home Depot?
I have. Throughout 20 years at Home Depot, I've worked with associates who were active duty and reserve, and today there are vice presidents in our company like me who are also former military, Marines and Navy, Air Force members.
Can you talk about some of your personal experiences with the Home Depot's ongoing commitment to give back to the community and our nation's veterans?
Yes, we are fully committed to our communities. It's one of our greatest values. We have an associate-led volunteer program where all of our associates around the country have an opportunity to volunteer to be a part of what we call Team Depot in their store. And this is a group of associates that go out and serve their community. This year, 25,000 associates have volunteered their time to take care of veteran homes.
Living and working in this area, you saw unfortunately firsthand how devastated the region was by Superstorm Sandy. Can you talk about how your associates came together to help those impacted?
Yeah, 2012 was a tough year when Sandy hit. It was unprecedented. The storm really devastated all of the Jersey coast. It devastated Long Island. It affected our stores, it affected our communities, and it affected our associates. After the storm, the Home Depot stepped up and dedicated $1 million to the relief efforts from Superstorm Sandy. Many of our associates were personally impacted, and still, even though their homes were flooded out and their families were there in a tough situation, they still stepped up and went out and helped neighbors with Team Depot. And they were working in their own communities, and you could see them supporting their neighbors. And it was just an incredible effort and a great example of how Home Depot and Team Depot gives back.
Tony, you mentioned working at the Home Depot is like being part of a family. Give us an example.
It is. So there are a lot of great examples, but one recently around the holidays. I had a holiday party and I invited all of my regional team and my district managers, and really they gave me a gift that it was very emotional. They actually got my parents on the phone and on FaceTime, and they put together this framed apron like the one I'm wearing, very decorative with my parents' name, and they mounted a letter that they wrote to my parents thanking them for being such good parents and producing a guy that, in their words, they love, and I became a great boss to them. And I don't think that there's any greater gift that you can give a parent. And my parents were both in tears.
How did it make you feel?
Incredibly humble. It makes me grateful that I chose to start a career with Home Depot.
Tony, what advice would you give to a veteran transitioning out of the military and interested in a job here at the Home Depot?
Number one, don't sell yourself short, because no matter what you did in the armed forces, you have transferable skills. As long as you're a self-starter, you come to Home Depot, you understand the values, you understand the importance of taking care of people and excellent customer service, you have an opportunity. Sky's the limit at Home Depot.
For job seekers interested in a career at the Home Depot, where can they go for more information?
It's simple. Just go to homedepot.com, click on careers. And I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys come apply at Home Depot. Put the orange apron on and be a part of living our culture at Home Depot.
Tony, thanks for joining us here on Hiring America.
Thank you.
The U.S. trucking industry has committed to hiring 100,000 veterans in the next 2 years. Military experience, regardless of MOS, is highly valued. You can find these jobs from leading employers on the website truckingtrack.org. One of the leading employers of veterans in the trucking industry is TMC Transportation.
I'm a driver for TMC. I've been with the company for approximately 22 years. I've been driving over the road from 48 states here in the U.S. and all the areas in Canada. I joined the Army at 17 and went over to Germany, where I learned to drive. I spent short time over there before I was transferred to Vietnam. TMC is one of the most enjoyable places I have been since I've retired from the military. Being a truck driver over the road, I enjoy the comforts of being my own boss and visiting the many places and all, and having supervisions of my company providing me the cargo and destinations.
Check out these companies and organizations actively seeking veterans. Hiring America will be back in a moment.
Thanks for watching. The information we just shared is all on our website, hiringamerica.net. Log on and find out about more companies who are hiring veterans. And don't forget to connect with us on our Facebook page and Instagram. I'm Lauren Wonko in New York. Join us next week for another episode of Hiring America.
Hiring America is produced in cooperation with the VFW. No one does more for veterans. Promotional consideration provided by JetBlue, a proud employer of those who've served. This program made possible by the generous support of the following companies: